Okay, so just to review what we've done so far, we're going to go back to our Microsoft Home. What we did, we logged in to Microsoft 365 with our BPS credentials. We opened it up Forms, which is a way to create an assessment tool. In that assessment tool, what we did is we started developing our questions. So what we did so far was we looked at the different type of questions that we can ask. Now, just a reminder that we are looking to establish open-ended questions. Okay, questions that can give us evaluative information. So ranking questions or open-ended short answer questions, maybe even a couple of option questions, which are a bit of closed at times, but will help us to create a better survey. We're using a e-tool, especially now that all the students have laptops. We can go in and create our surveys to be electronic, and the kids can take them electronically and we can view the responses electronically as well. So just going over our questions, we have a sample question here with options. We can add multiple options. Okay. We have a short answer or a long answer question, and we have an evaluative measure question. And then we have, we just had this one open. We can make our questions required. We can make it multiple answers. So if people have more than one option, you can give students their options to really look at what's available for them as far as feedback goes, and just be as honest as possible. That's the goal. Now, once you have created your survey, you can always take a look at previewing it. Take a look at your survey. This will show you what the students or whomever else will see when they look at your survey. And if you want to try it out, different things like this to just to see what it will look like, what the students are going to look like, if it makes sense, if it flows well, things of that nature. You have that option. Once a person hits submit for your survey, this is what they will see. So when we go back, now we notice that the response tab over here has one person. So we can look at our response, and it will give us all these metrics that we can view on our responses. So if you have a class, if you did a survey and you just want to see how many people answered this, a certain skew for an option question, you'll see that information. Okay. Same thing for an open-ended question, or I'm sorry, question number 2 for our latest responses, or you see an average rating. So if you want to know on average how many students enjoy homework, or on average how many students are like your certain type of projects, this is a good way to find out just that information. Instead of going around adding everyone up, doing the math yourself, you have all this program, all the algorithms program, so that now you can see all the feedback together, and you can analyze that data to make effective change. So you can evaluate all the data, or you can do it question by question. So for instance, if our question number 1 is, I want to know or just, do you prefer homework, no homework, or projects? And if everyone says no homework, that probably means and you notice that no one's turning in homework. That gives you your response right there. That gives you a more actual conclusion to what you were looking for, that question you really wanted answered from your students. So you might change up, or at least seek permission to change the curriculum so that you're not giving homework, but you might put more emphasis on projects or class participation, because students aren't going to do it. Now, there is a time where we would say, well, they just have to. But we understand that, just because they may have to do something doesn't mean it has to look like the traditional. You may give someone homework, but it may not even feel like homework. You may send them on a field trip or send them to do something different that is homework, but it just doesn't feel like homework. And it changes the perception. You change their perception, you change their world. Okay, so this is our response element of it. So we've looked at preview. And now we're looking at the responses. So now we know that as people, complete the survey, and I'll just do this. If I can spell, and here, and then I will do 1. So as more students complete the survey, you'll see that your metrics and your graphs start to change. Okay. And you see how it updates in real time. Now, one of the cool parts about this, you could export your results in Microsoft Excel. So if you needed to print those options out to present them to an administrator for an evaluation, your department head, whatever have you, you can do that right here. That is a feature built right into the site for you. Now, after you create it, there are multiple things you can do. You can change your theme. Okay, if you want to make it a little bit more friendly, welcoming, and inviting, you can upload your own photo to it. But the one piece I really wanted to get into is sharing your actual completed survey. Okay, now mind you, your options are very big, they're very vibrant, they're right in front of you, they're easy to navigate. There's not a lot of extra fluff in here to get you lost, which is why I enjoy this particular site. So as we're going in, we can actually share our survey. We can share it via a link. So if you want to put the link in Schoology for students to click right in here and go directly to your survey, you can. You can use a QR code. I know we don't always use QR codes, but QR codes are available. We have an embedded link. So just like if you're embedding a link or a video in PowerPoint, you can embed your survey into another application or program so that it's right there and people can take it and you'll see the results. Or you can email it. Okay. And I notice you have the copy button here. When you click that button, whatever text is in here, so we're going to embed it, the link changes. And this is a very long link in here that we can use. So we can just copy that and we can paste it wherever we may need to, just like if you were embedding a video into PowerPoint. And if you have any specific questions with that, I will definitely help you, no problem. Okay. So what we're going to do now that we have an overview of how this works, we're going to take the questions that we created in your small groups and we're going to create a sample survey. Now, as a group, I want you to create them so then we can reform as a whole group and share some of those results with everyone under our group reflection. Okay? So have fun.